The following is a Productions original series.
Hello and welcome to Walk and Roll Live. I'm Doug Vincent, joined by Addie Rich. You know Addie from Atlanta, who loves fall so much she tried to convince me to replace our theme music with crunching leaves. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, come on. I think I love December more than I love fall, though. So.
Oh, yeah?
You better be careful.
So fall's just a warm-up.
Fall's the warm-up. I'm just getting ready for holiday section.
Well, have you started anything yet? Well, you know what? First, let's get this out of the way. Real quick, what we like to do is our introduction is I'm a polio survivor. Yay!
Yay!
And Addie.
And I have CP.
Very nice. Very nice. Good to see you again. So have you jumped into any of your holiday shopping or are you one that has it all done already and wrapped and ready?
Well, you know, I'm not shopping really this year.
Yeah.
I only shop for the immediate family, but then I tend to make a sweet good to give to friends. And I'm practicing some new ideas. So let's just put it that way.
You got my mailing address, right?
Mm-hmm, I got it. I'm ready.
Don't blow the surprise, but
yeah, right? Exactly. You're like, I will test every week for you from now until Christmas.
I'm trying to get better. I used to be, kind of last minute going out there or, going to the 7-Eleven and say, give me the most expensive thing you got. I've gotten away from that, trying to get it done. And shopping online helps so much now. I just pretty much do everything online anyway, grocery shop. And pretty much if I can't find it on Amazon, I must not need it, or it doesn't exist.
Death to our credit cards where you don't actually know how much money you have. You just type in a number and you put it online and it magically appears. Yes.
I've got into the habit, though, is whatever I buy with my credit cards to get the points so that I can spend, I pay it off every month.
Yeah, pay it off immediately.
Yeah. It's just like money and then I pay it off every month and then it stacks up with my rewards and then I turn that into an Amazon card and go right back in.
There you go. The circle. It's a circle.
Yes, it is a circle. And you know what I got? I am a gadget freak. I love gadgets. So I got, and I've been lusting after this for a while, but I finally got a gimbal for my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just have to learn exactly, how I can make it work for me, and hopefully it'll improve our social media posts. We'll see.
We need some adaptions. Yeah, I posted this. Speaking of socials, I posted this yesterday, but I'm like, you're old when what you buy on Black Friday is a toothbrush.
And you're excited about it.
And you're ecstatic about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Dog food for the extra electronic gift card that came and a toothbrush. But I actually am excited to try this thing and to talk about it because it's one of those auto brush things where it's supposed to be that, it kind of brushes for you, but it's more like a mouth guard instead of an auto toothbrush.
Now, did you know that the electric toothbrush is a disability device? That's where it started.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, once you think about it, it makes sense, doesn't it?
No, it makes total sense. And this makes a lot of sense, too, because of the way, because even for me, I have perceptual weird things. So if I'm looking in the mirror and trying to use an electric toothbrush, my brain gets confused as to which way to put it. So this thing goes in like a mouth guard and you turn it on and it does it. So we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it once we try.
Yeah, tell me all about it. It's funny because I was just thinking about this the other day because you see that kind of post on social media all the time when, age yourself, with something from your youth. I'll start, and then they put something. Yeah. And I don't know why I was thinking of it because I'm never prepared when anybody says that. I can't think of anything. But I was thinking this morning of listening to 45 records on a turntable, but, stacking them up. So you could stack, 5, 10, I don't know what the limit was. 45s, you would stack them up and they would fall, play, and then the next one would fall and then play. And
interesting.
Yeah, the arm would go back. And this is just on a little portable thing, one speaker, mono. We would set that up in the garage and the neighbors would come over and we'd have some kind of, dance party. We thought we were
dance off. Yeah.
we were Dick Clark and dance off. And God, we used to do that kind of stuff. It was fun. Thanksgiving, we'd do that for Thanksgiving when all the cousins would get together, and there'd be 20, 25 cousins from, babies to teenagers. And you'd squeeze in this room, and you'd be just in there dancing and doing the tunnel and going through the tunnel of people and blah, blah, blah. And then as I grew up and I went back to my aunt's house and go to that bedroom, I'm like, how did we fit so first, how do we fit so many people in there? And then we're able to do the things that I know we did.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it was because we were smaller. I don't know. But, yeah.
Kiddisms.
Great memories.
Speaking of Thanksgiving, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I went to Bob's house. Okay. And I don't know, a few weeks ago, I think we talked about this here. Every year, God love them. I love Bob and his wife and their kids. They've got a little grandson, and then their extended family comes, and I just kind of include me all. It's awesome, and this has been the 4th or 5th year I've gone, and but he says, well, I'll let you know what I want you to bring, and then he always has me bring the same thing, which is chips. But this is where it just gets a little, I don't know, different. Is I get there, he says, get there at 1 o'clock. So I get there at 1 o'clock, and boom, they serve dinner,
Oh, yeah.
And which is fine. It was like, why do you have me get chips? Because that's kind of a thing where you're sitting around beforehand, right? So finally, this year, I just asked him. I said, I am more than happy to get the chips. But, I get there at 1. There's no need for chips because, we sit down and we stuff ourselves. Yeah, nobody wants chips. He said, well, you can come early if you want. So I went a little early.
It wasn't deviate from chips. It was come earlier.
Yeah. One or the other. Yeah. Forget the chips or come earlier and bring the chips. So it worked out. and love you, Bob. Fun. Love you.
We love you, Bob. Thank you for taking in our wayward bestie.
He's awesome. So let's see. And that was about it. Oh, I talked about the gimbal. I'm still trying to figure that one out. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, I've kind of been staying home and, went to dinner last Tuesday with our Tuesday dinner club, I think we call it now. So that was fun. Yeah. And otherwise, just kind of just laying low.
Nice.
So I want to thank Chris Pexon for coming on last week, sharing his story. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Out of those 3, what do you think? What's the most important one? Subscribe?
All of them.
All of them? Good one. Good answer.
All of them. They are equally weighted, but any little thing we get ecstatic like we've never seen it before.
I know, exactly. Let me hang on a second. I was looking at this the other day. Just doing some research and stuff. Oh yeah, that's all still free.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything, and hopefully you count us among your friends. And I do that like a crazy man when I go on social media. Anything I post is like, I always think about whoever it is I'm liking, because they might have posted 3 or 4 things since the last time. It's like ding, ding, ding. So they must come.
Like, who's over there?
Geez, Doug's all over this.
It is free and it's helpful, and algorithms have no heart, so people need to help us.
Help us spread the word. Today, we've got Donald Allison. Interesting, different. It's not a spinal cord injury. It's not, one of the kind of the things. Even though it's centuries ago, it seems like now polio, CP, still probably something that happens these days. But this is one of those rare disease. I don't know if that's a condition.
Yeah. What do you call it? Syndrome? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Whatever. It's super, super, super rare.
Yes, exactly. So we'll find out from Donald right after this word from Ugyar Professional Training.
At Ugyar Professional Training, we know that your greatest asset is your team. Investing in their development, knowledge, and happiness is essential for your business's success and growth. To achieve new heights, it's important to hire intelligent, talented individuals and empower them to excel in their areas of strength and passion. Ugyar is committed to transforming your employees into happier, more productive, and fulfilled individuals. When your team thrives, your business prospers. Wise leaders understand that providing team members with opportunities to shine in their strengths unlocks untapped potential. Elevate your team with Ugyar Professional Training and witness the growth of your business.
From the Ugyar Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
Wheels spin, hustle on the go. White came leading through the glow. Sighing stories as we grow. Same mountains, just a different show. Life like everyone you see. Building dreams just like a tree. Falling down and getting free. Stronger hearts we all can be. Tech that talks and shows the way. Navigating every day. Adapting games we love to play. Turning struggles into play. Life like everyone you see. Building dreams just like a tree. Falling down and getting free.
Welcome back to Walk and Roll Live. I'm Doug. Addie's here, and we have our guest for this week, Donald Allison. I met him through Rolling Start. They do a wheelchair support group, and invited him on. And good to have you here. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Thank you.
Good. Why don't you start off by explaining your disability?
It's called IBM, which is Inclusive Body Myositis, and it's really rare. It also attacks the immune system and the nerves, and actually the command center in the brain, where the nerves were it all in that center there. And what it does, it puts holes in the tissues of the muscles, and it stops the oxygen from getting through the whole muscle. So parts of the muscles start to die.
Yeah.
And eventually the holes just keep getting more and more and more, and then atrophy because the muscle starves to death, basically.
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
It attacks the command center like a computer. So
yeah.
kind of think of it like that. It goes after the computer and starts putting zeros where there used to be words.
Yeah.
And
I didn't really understand that when I was a kid. I had polio, and it doesn't really affect the muscles. It affects the nerve system, which then, if the muscles aren't being used, they atrophy. Right.
Yes.
So yeah,
fascinating.
the similarity there. So, and we can get into that a little bit more and how that's affecting your life. But I thought I would get to know Donald a little more, as we usually do on Walk and Roll Live. So let's start with the early days. Born in Van Nuys, California?
Yes.
Yeah. How long were you there?
I lived in Simi Valley, but Van Nuys is where the hospital was. And I lived in Simi Valley until 1972, and then moved to Garden Grove, and then out to Fontana.
Yeah. Very nice. What was the reason for the moves?
My parents got divorced in 72.
Gotcha.
And that was a big life changer for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 9 years old, and I still remember it vividly. It was horrible.
Yeah. It's
divorce is bad, but it's really bad on the children.
Yeah.
They don't even understand what's going on, and it's horrible.
Yeah. Did you have siblings, or was it just you, or how?
I had two brothers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went through it together. My youngest brother, he was a year old when it happened.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So he don't even remember my father.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you're right. I think it leaves a lifelong trauma in some degree or another.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it definitely messed me up. I got to hate my father because of it, and then he didn't pay child support, and because he used my stepdad as an excuse for not paying it.
Yeah. So he to a certain degree earned that hate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It becomes a perpetual trauma because there's all like these other little tentacles that go with a change in a family structure, right? Like it's not a single event that comes and passes and is over. There's normally always like spiderweb to it.
Yeah.
So once you got to Fontana, went to Fontana High?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I graduated from there. I wasn't very smart, but I joined the Future Farmers of America.
Oh,
Cool. Mm-hmm.
And I became president of the Fontana chapter for 2 years while I was in high school. And I graduated because of the Future Farmers, because my grades in the others, like biology, I got a D in that.
Yeah.
You know,
so that's what got you to show up, right?
D for done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was horrible in math and spelling. Oh gosh, that's terrible.
I was going to ask what a fond memory was of Fontana High School, and that's probably it right there, the FFA.
Yep. The Future Farmers was it. Yeah, I raised, I had a sheep, I had a lamb, I should call it. Yeah, and raised a couple pigs. And of course, I learned how to butcher back then too.
Wow.
I butchered the pig I raised.
Yeah.
One of them.
Wow, that's difficult.
Yeah, the other one I auctioned it off.
Yeah.
Well, I ate the one I raised. Yeah. That's why I butchered
the circle of life.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you name your pig?
Yeah. And that was really cool because it was, it was the best thing I did in my teens.
Yeah. That's interesting. A Fontana area has become so urbanized. I wonder if they even have that program anymore.
Nothing like it used to. There used to be, people had ranches back then.
Yeah.
In the 70s. Yeah. In the 80s, early 80s.
Well, and you can probably vouch for this, but I think like when you do things like that with a live animal, like their care, their growth, those things are attributed to you, right? So it gives you some value of like, because of me, this thing is succeeding or failing, right? So even if you struggle in the books, you're like, oh no, this is a life skill. I think the FFA is amazing.
It translates to other parts of your life.
4-H
right?
is a good one too. 4-H, they were our competition, but that really 4-H was awesome. Yeah.
Well, so after that, you moved to Iowa, so you must have been well suited for life in Iowa, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm very animal. I can't stand to see animals suffer.
Yeah.
And you only kill an animal if you're going to use it. You know, you don't waste an animal because we need them to survive. And
yeah. What did you do in Iowa? I mean, I know it's a farming place. Did you go to farm? Did you go to hang out on property? What brought you there?
Actually, I went chasing after a girl out there.
We do that.
Yeah, age-old story.
Yeah, and I was an alcoholic back then, and well, I still am, but I don't drink. Yeah.
Good for you.
There you go.
That's tough
Good
to
way
do.
to title it. It never goes away, but it doesn't have to be your vice.
It's right there all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day I was in the store and I almost picked up a bottle.
Well, good for you that you did not.
I have it, and it's been 1 year and 7 months, and I can't believe it. I didn't even think about it, and I was like almost reaching for it, and I was like, "What am I doing?"
Like muscle memory, huh?
Yeah. It's been a long. I've never even thought that before, but I was in the aisle.
Yeah.
Right. Don't go to the aisle.
Don't go. To the
Yeah. Oh yeah. I stay away from it usually, but
Yeah.
for some
But
reason
that's hard work. So
Yeah.
bravo to you, because I know that's a really, 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 really daily hard thing to do, minute by minute hard thing to do, especially
my
when that was
caregiver's
part of
here
your
right now, and she was in the store when that day that happened.
Yeah. Right.
You're like, what are you doing?
Like, hello, you have left. You have left the world. Yeah.
Yes,
But you have to care for yourself to make it want it to happen. But even if you have that care for yourself, like it is difficult to go with the people don't realize there's a mental and a physical and habit. Like you said, you didn't even think about it. It was just what you do. So
it was just that was out of instinct, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah. So when you were in Iowa, though, what did you do for work?
Oh, yes. I started working at the oatmeal factory.
Okay.
Yeah, in St. Ansgar. I don't know if heard of that town, but it's a little town. That's where the malto meal. I worked in the packing part.
Okay.
Yeah, I worked there for 5 years. Yeah,
A long
about
time.
5. Yeah. And then that's also where I got fired from the first job for drinking.
Right.
I got fired from there. Yeah.
You were like, hello. They were like,
that's when my
hi, we
life
like you,
started
but we
to
can't
go
have you
downhill.
here.
Yeah. And then right after that, the disease hit.
Well, that was my next question is it genetic or how does do we know anything about where it shows up?
Yeah, it shows up mainly in men over 50 years old.
Okay.
And it does happen to women, but it's very almost unheard of.
Yeah.
But it's actually a genetic defect.
Okay.
And it's actually a man disease is what the doctor told me.
Okay.
And the only reason why it attacks men is because men have a lot more bulky muscle, and I guess that's what it likes. It's a defect there. So
how old were you at the time?
I was 47 when I started noticing my hands not working properly. That's where it first showed up, was in my hands. And then I started to fall down. And the way I fell down was on top of my legs, not to the side.
So you just crumple almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just straight down. Yeah, it was scary. And then I would go to emergency every time it happened. They thought they told me I was faking, trying to get disability.
Right. You're like, no.
I was in a men's shelter at the time because I couldn't get a job. I tried to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I fell in the cooler, and you know how McDonald's is. They got cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell in the cooler and they let me go after that because I was having a hard time walking then. I was on a cane, and it was horrible the way this disease just took my life away.
Yeah.
How long did it take for it to kind of first you notice your hands, then you kind of start falling, but then it becomes like more consuming, I would say. How long is that?
Yeah, it got to the point to where I could barely walk, and where I was walking really slow, and then I couldn't step up on curbs, and then I went to a walker, and this all happened by 2015. I was in a wheelchair.
So when was what year are we starting?
It started in, I was just going to explain it. It took 4 years total. 2015, I was in it when I was 47. I don't remember what year it was. It was, hang on, my math's not that good, but.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was 4 years from I was 52.
Okay.
Yeah, so 4 years before that. And
Okay.
see, I can't figure that out now because
Good enough.
Yeah,
It took 4
48-ish.
years for the hill to sort of take you down.
So at what point did they diagnose exactly what it was?
Oh, that was the funny part, because I kept going to emergency and they kept telling me I was faking.
Yeah.
And one day, and I seen this doctor more than once, and I kept telling him, dude, I'm not faking. I want to work, you know? And he decided to check my reflexes, and I didn't have any. And I still, to this day, because that's how it affects my nerves. And when he saw that, he sent me, because I was living in Iowa, and he sent me to the Mayo Clinic, right there in Minnesota, which is like the best place I could have been. And they diagnosed me there. It took them 2 weeks. I was there every day for like 8 to 10 hours, and they were just testing and doing. Oh, there was some tests that's one where they shocked me in my nerves. Oh my gosh, that one was a nightmare.
Is that where they stick the needles in and then shock you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hooked me up to these probes.
Yeah.
And through my nerves, and then they would jerk each nerve.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. Yep, me too.
Been there, done that. Got the wire stuck in my nerve.
And then they do pierce you for some of it too.
Yeah.
So in the emergency room, they never had any tests. just told you were faking. They didn't even try anything.
They just said, yeah, they just said I was faking.
Wow.
Falling, they couldn't explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I maybe could understand if they were extensive tests, but, all it took was a reflex test, which is that little triangular rubber thing, and boom, and they figured out something wasn't right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because no reflexes. And then it took them 2 weeks, but they figured out what it was.
And then
first they thought it was MS.
What's the nature of the treatment for it?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Although I'm on a plateau right now.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor explained that to me too when he diagnosed me. It has slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pretty much the same for 2 years without it getting too much worse. I can still transfer with a gait belt with my caregiver.
Okay.
That hasn't changed in 2 years, but before that, in 2016, I was able to walk across the house with the walker 4 times without getting exhausted and pain that I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But and then the last 2 years, it just kept. Before that, it just kept getting worse until the last 2 years. I stayed about the same.
That's hard. That's hard at not being first starting at it being unbelieved. And then, like you said, I heard you say, well, at first they thought it was MS. So my dad had MS, but first they diagnosed him with Lou Gehrig's, and then they diagnosed him with something else. So I know like the rabbit hole of like, oh, maybe you're this. And then your brain has to say, oh my God, what if I'm that? Trying to get you to what you are, right? And they can't, I'm sure if it's a rare disease, they can't tell you what it's going to look like. You are the example.
Yeah, they almost thought for sure it was MS at first. And then they did a few more tests, and then they came up with the inclusive body myositis. I always get tongue-tied when I say it.
Yeah.
The IBM.
IBM. That's easy that way.
How common is it? I know you're saying it in males and stuff, but like, is there a support group for you that's like, okay, this is the group of y'all who
There's nothing. They're not even running experiments. When I first got it, they had an experiment going, but I wasn't in time for it. And then I found out that experiment actually did more harm than good. So I'm glad I wasn't part of that one.
The universe was like, nope, not today.
And no research being done at all?
Nothing. Well, there's no way they can. I guess they've done all they could do, because it's like muscular dystrophy. There's no cure.
Yeah.
There's nothing. And muscular dystrophy, that's basically a general name. I'm actually considered in the muscular dystrophy. That's where I can get a lot of help from that organization.
That's amazing.
I
wouldn't have thought that. Good to know.
Yeah.
It is a muscle disease. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, good. Hopefully coming to the group at Rolling Start helps you a bit.
Yeah. Muscular dystrophy, they umbrella a whole bunch of different diseases.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to try. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotcha.
Yeah.
So in 2016, you came back to live with your mom, or live in Cali. Well, I'm assuming that was because your body had changed so much and it was difficult to be alone. I
didn't think I'd be able to live alone anymore.
Yeah.
And because I never got married. I wanted to, but I never did. But that's another story. I drank too much. That's women held up crosses to me. Whoa, look at that lush. Get him away from me. Yeah.
Well, hey, it's a new time. You have a new chance. So you never know who's listening. People might be like, hey, that's my dude.
I went 7 years with my mom alive. I went 7 years without drinking, but I didn't quit for me. I quit for her. Right. Within 6 months after she passed away, I was drinking again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time's for you.
Yeah, this time it is.
And mom took care of you beyond your passing too, right?
Yeah, she passed. She got cancer right after I got here. Lung cancer, and she was a 5-time survivor.
Jeez.
Wow.
Lost a kidney, lost most of her breasts, both of them, and 5 times she went through cancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lost most of her intestines from cancer down there too. Yeah, it was. But
She's
the
a
lung
lawyer.
cancer is the one that, lung cancer is the one that always gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets in the bloodstream from there.
Yeah.
And then it's all over. Yeah.
I think that's the one that ultimately got my mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Once it gets in the lungs, it's, right in
Game
the
over.
bloodstream. It gets all over, all the organs, everything. Yeah.
So what's a kind of a typical day for you now?
I get up around noon, because I got a night owl for one of my caregivers, the main one. Yeah. Yeah. Not this one. This one gets me up early.
Right. She's like, chop, chop.
Let's go. We're burning daylight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Throw open the curtains and be like, come on now. My
Yeah.
grandma always used to say, up and into the pool. And I always thought, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah.
So you have someone who helps you get through life because
Yep. She gets me up in the morning and feeds me breakfast. I can't really lift anything with my hands. I can't pick up cups. I can still pick up a fork and a spoon and still use it, but I can't cut my own meat. And then because of the muscle disease, it's really hard for me to chew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they get really tired trying to eat a meal, and my
That
jaw
makes sense.
starts hurting. Yeah, because it gets that. What do you call it? It's not really pain, but it's like a fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When your muscles get like, I just can't do this anymore. Yeah,
Right. Can we get over this? Can we finish?
exactly. Yeah.
So caregiver helps with that to make sure you get nutrition and things because you need.
Yeah, and then she makes me like a sandwich or something for later, and then
Yeah.
she goes away. She actually lives here on the property with me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my mom, when she passed away, I got her house.
Amazing.
She put it in a trust.
Yeah.
So all I do is pay the taxes. That's my rent.
Good.
Amazing.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Amazing.
And- Yeah. And
Not
then
much to worry about.
after that, I mess around on the computer. I go to AA. And I'm going to start going back to the wheelchair thing because it was just too early for me, but I'm going to start going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because my other caregiver gets up so late.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But,
have you explored any of the devices that quads use, for like feeding yourself and that kind of thing?
My problem is I can't use a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually easier for me to hold a fork and eat.
Just a regular fork.
with my hands. Yeah, because I can't pick it up very well.
Yeah.
But I have it's weird the way I hold a fork, but I figured out a way to,
Yeah.
it works.
So,
It's leverage.
but they have like handles on forks for quads where you just put all your fingers through like a loop. And so
Yeah.
you don't really need to grasp.
Yeah, I've tried
But
those.
that didn't
they don't
work.
with me. No, yeah, this muscle disease weird because the normal things that they do for your, what do they call it, where they not exercise but the therapy. Yeah, that's the word. I was
Like
looking
physical
for.
therapy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not physical, but the other one.
Occupational
Oh,
therapy.
occupational
Yeah,
therapy.
occupational. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I went through that a few times, and they found that just with my own devices, I actually work better
Yeah. Good.
when it
Good.
comes
Good.
to eating. Yeah. I have a hard time eating sandwiches or holding a hamburger together.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It always ends up all over the place.
It's overrated. It's overrated, anyways.
But my caregiver will cut up my hamburger for me, and I eat it that way. I just get a fork and piece of bun and piece of the hamburger, and it's all, and
There you go.
lettuce and everything, and eat it that way.
Adapt, right? Adapt
Yeah.
and conquer. So
Yeah.
you seem like you have a good attitude. What do you attribute that to? How do you cope from day to day and all that?
That's I hope it doesn't offend anybody, but Jesus is my power. He is he's my joy. He gives me the joy. If it wasn't for him, I would have committed suicide in 2015.
Yeah.
He actually called me right in the middle of one of my suicide attempts and spoke to me and told me that he wasn't done with me and that this happened. Nothing happens for no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, everything happens for a reason. And the reason that I've been struck with this handicap is I don't know it yet still, but there still is a reason why this has happened. And also that he's not done with me. So that's why I'm still here. And if it wasn't for him, I definitely wouldn't be here. Yeah. That's for sure.
Well, and you never know when there's somebody watching you. You may never find out what your purpose was for, but it's touching people just to see you get out. That's why I hope you return to the wheelchair support group, because you're a valuable contributor to that group.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. See, me and God we're really close. I mean, if it was, he's what you see right now.
Yeah.
This isn't me. I would be so miserable because of the condition I'm in. I'm always in pain every time I move. I mean, it's like, the pain is like, it's weird pain because it's a fatigue pain. It's like, it's more irritating than hurting.
Yeah.
I should say. It's like, it's really,
it's exhausting. It's exhaustive, right? Because the pain isn't like, oh, you can just be like, wow, that really hurts. Knock it off. But it's, like you're running in place just to breathe or be whatever, right?
Yeah.
So.
And that's why when I started drinking again after my mom passed away, and it was easier to deal with when mom was here,
Mm-hmm.
She gave me strength. I was getting strength from her. And then when she was gone, I thought, well,
silent.
Start drinking again. Yeah, maybe I can fill the void with that. But no, that didn't work.
Well, it is pretty clear that he has other plans for you, and
he does.
You two will figure it out. And I promise that when it's time to go back from whence you came, you will get the memo as to what the whole plan was. But it's not our job to understand what the plan is now.
I actually think that this meeting is actually part of it, because that's what he wants me to do, is tell other people what he has done for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. I can't. I almost cry when I think about it, because he's all my strength. He's everything. If it wasn't for him, it nothing. Yeah.
Well, that's what we like to do. So we're glad you're here helping us out do it. Yeah.
I have a sneaking feeling that you have a crowd upstairs also clapping every day you don't take a drink, and that you realize that they need you in your faculties to pass the message. And so people aren't worried about like, oh, that's just the drunk guy talking some stuff. You know what I mean? They need you cognizant to share.
Yes.
So they're proud of you.
Yeah. So do you get out of the house?
I can. I get a bus pass now.
Mm-hmm.
I can ride the city bus, but it's kind of complicated because I got to go down a dirt road
in
a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But I got good tires now. I don't get stuck anymore.
Good. And part of the reason why I asked that question, I'm curious, what brings you joy these days? What are the little simple pleasures of life that you can still enjoy?
Collecting movies. I'm pretty good whiz at when a new movie comes out, I can usually find it and record it for myself. I don't do none of that pirate stuff, but I can get I just got House of David Part 2. I don't know if you heard that series yet, but that's I've watched it, and it's excellent. It's on.
Is that older or current?
It's very current. It was just released in October. Yeah, season 1 was last year.
Yeah.
There's only 7 episodes in each. It's just about the life of King David.
Okay.
I think I did see something about, but that's cool. So
it's good. It's a good series.
I'll have to check it out. Nice.
With your
it's like the Bible really is. It's like it's very waristic, because that's what King David was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your jaw will drop.
Yeah.
It's like when you see just how bad it was back then. I mean, during the war. Oh. It's horrible.
Yeah.
You might talk to Richard. We do a movie day, once a month at Rolling Start. And if you have some movies to contribute, sounds like you got quite a collection going,
Oh, I got my own store, I think.
Yeah.
My caregiver just laughed because it's true. I got a whole bedroom full of movies. Every wall is full of movies.
Yeah.
You're a historical collector of what it was to live in different times. But I think that's so cool because like with computers and everything, we do lose that, right? Like we lose the touch of that. So my dad was like that too. He liked like the Civil War and
that
all
copy
kinds
of
of
it.
stuff.
Yeah. Everything's on the web or on the cloud or
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a curator, you're a storyteller in your own right. And so the curation bleeds to movie collecting.
Yeah, I was just watching it. You guys might remember this show, maybe Emergency.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the paramedic show.
Yeah.
I was just watching that last night.
Nice. So that gives you a bit of an escape. The walls aren't as small as your house.
Well, it reminds me a lot of the reasons why I collect all these movies because they're all the movies I enjoyed when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was young. It brings back memories. It brings back happier times. And, before all my troubles started with alcohol, which was most of my life. Yeah.
So how has your perspective changed on life?
I'm much more positive now.
Yeah.
I don't look at my cup is half full instead of half empty. That's for sure.
I think that would surprise some people. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I used to be always half empty. Like if my tank was half full, that's what it's now. But now, back then it was half empty.
Right.
Yeah. I guess that's a good way to explain it. Yeah. But
well, since you're unique and we know not a lot of people have this disorder, what advice would you give to somebody who's coming into it? Because obviously if you guys are like little islands, like what could you say? Because obviously it was a pretty lonely walk.
It's sad for them because it's quite an experience to lose it, especially when I was a strong man. I always worked outside. I was very physical, detailed and washed cars in my older age. So, until I moved to Iowa. And so anyway, I lost track of what I was saying. I'm sorry. Being positive. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. No, what would you say to somebody, to kind of help them? Because, obviously they might be in a position that you were in. Or whatever.
I think I was trying to avoid it inside, I guess. I would tell them to tell you the truth, I'd tell them to find the Lord because he is strength and you can't do it alone. Because what you're going to go through, it's just going to throw you through the loops and you're going to want to die. But he'll give you the strength to go on. He always does. And that's the only way I can explain it because he's been my only strength. And that would be how I would try to enlighten them by telling them that that's the only way you're going to be happy is if you find the Lord, or like what some people would say, a higher power.
Higher power, yeah.
Yeah. But that would be my advice was don't do it alone. And it always helps to have.
And how did you find like, how you're saying it's like all part of muscular dystrophy and stuff. So how did you find the resources? Like if somebody's totally lost, did you have helpers that helped you find resources or?
Actually I did because I was in the men's shelter at the time and I got from the county, a worker came out and helped me find all that stuff. She gave me the number to muscular dystrophy, and then she also hooked me up with some doctors and other things that up there, well, in Iowa, not up there, but in Iowa.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah.
Sure, that was invaluable.
Resources, yeah.
So you're being a man of faith as you are. Your mom has passed, and if she's looking down on you, what do you think her impression of her son is now?
Oh, she was my mom's case is sad because she fought to stay alive because of me. And she went through a lot more torture instead of giving up. because of the cancer, because she was worried when she was gone, what was I going to do? And it just so seemed that at the time I was having problems with workers, couldn't find one. And they almost put me and my mom in a home because I was taking care of my mom. In the end, she couldn't walk, she was in the bed, and, I could still cook stuff in the microwave a little bit. I still can, but not very well.
Mm-hmm.
But I was taking care of her, and the government, somebody reported us. It was one of my ex-workers, and reported us, and the marshal came out here, and it just so happened I had just gotten control of my mom's money, and she wouldn't buy a caregiver to take care of her. And so my caregiver was actually taking care of her too. But when I didn't have one and there was nobody taking care of us, and then that day I had just, before that day, a worker had come out from the agency from Palm Springs that I hired using my mom's money because she had lots of money. And I hired her, and that was her first day. And she had showed up, and 10 minutes after she showed up, the marshal knocked at the door. And when the marshal came in, he looked right at the caregiver. After he asked me, he said, "Well, do you guys have a caregiver? Do you need help?" He's like, he's going to take us out of the house.
Yeah.
And right away, Libby, that was the name of the caregiver, she stood up and said, "I'm taking care of both of them." And he turned around and walked out. I was like, wow. That was God right there.
Yeah.
Divine timing.
Oh, yes. We would have both ended up in a home. And I didn't want, my mom made that very clear to me. And I promised her that I'd keep her out of a home and let her die right here in her house. And she did.
Yeah.
I was able to keep that promise, but we almost lost that.
Yeah.
Well, let's.
Sorry, I get a little choked up sometimes.
No, you're good. I was going to say, maybe we can end on an upbeat note and maybe just share with our listeners, your feelings on resilience and hope and navigating a life with disability.
Yeah, I just have a positive attitude every time I wake up, and I think, oh, it's another day of life. It's much more exciting to be out of bed than in bed. I don't know. And then I go throughout the day and just think positive and keep, anytime you start to feel that depression coming on, because of your physical being or whatever is bringing you down, try to change the subject in your brain. Try to change it, get that out of your head. Because if you let it sit there and fester, it's going to bring down your whole day. It's going to bring your attitude down. It's going to bring down everything about, and your whole feeling on life. It'll bring that down. And the best way to do it is always think positive and just try to not let bad things influence you so much. Because always think about how much you are blessed just by your next breath, the food you're going to eat, the clothes you're wearing, just the very simple blessings that you get every day that are so awesome that a lot of people don't even realize that you're getting these blessings, but because they're like automatic. And to feel them and to appreciate them is what makes you realize just how blessed you are, when you realize what you do have, and if you didn't have it, how bad off you would be.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the way I look at life. Everything's a blessing.
Be grateful for the things you do have.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And don't focus on the bad things because they'll bring you down.
Yeah. Well, Donald Allison, thank you very much for joining us and sharing your story. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Each week on Walk and Roll Live, we share honest and open stories of people living with a disability.
I think it's even worse now because, they give me a roller coaster to run around town in, and I basically am just like trying to find the biggest curb to jump off
Yes.
of.
Right. You're like, I know I can return myself from hard things, so I'm going to pay.
Join us weekly for another powerful episode. Walk and Roll Live, wherever you get your podcasts. Life Limitless. Subscribe now.
From the UGG-YAR Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
Walk and Roll Live continues. Addie, I saw you over there just engrossed in that story. Did you like it?
What an interesting story. That felt like sitting at somebody's kitchen table. Like, I always get wrapped up in the stories, but I literally felt like he invited us into his house, sat us down, and started telling a life story, which is very interesting to sit through because we've sat through a lot of these now, and it's just cool to see so different. And I mean, he has battles on many fronts.
Oh,
that he
yeah.
obviously fights every day, right? Not only IBM, but the issues with alcoholism and taking it 5 minutes at a time of not right now, I'm not going to do that now, or not today, or that's what I'm impressed with him all around because he has something that there's not going to be a big support group for him in terms of we could go to a support group with CP or polio or whatever, but his disease is so rare that there'd probably be 6 people in the chairs from the entire United States, so to still fight through it in both fronts and not give up on himself is really, really cool.
And even more kudos to him, given all of that, that he still has such a great attitude. Yeah. Really has a great attitude. And I'm sure he has his dark moments, but it sounds like all in all, he's grateful to still be here. He's making a choice
every day. There are a lot of people that show up to their lives and don't actively participate.
Yeah.
You're here because you woke up on this side and the calendar changed.
Yeah.
But he seems to have possibly been that person before. And then now he's actually embracing it and living it and thinking it through.
Yeah.
So,
grateful for his mom and, not only when she was alive, but, she set him up, for the years ahead. And,
yes.
Yeah, so definitely, I don't know, I guess you'd say a silver lining on that story where it could be,
for sure,
could be tough and tragic, but it seems to be very hopeful and can give us hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was a switcheroo story. Yeah. Partway through, I was like, this could be real bad.
Keep him coming.
And now, here we are. He did such a good job. And, articulating himself and being so open and honest. That was another thing I want to give him a ton of kudos for. Because a lot of people could have just skipped out on, the alcoholism issue or whatever and just been well, I made some bad choices and just called it that. But the fact that he's so open and honest, hopefully, you never know who listens to us and they hear it. And because of him, they decide today's the last day I drink.
Yeah. And that is not easy. All of that is hard work. That's something you intentionally, are making a decision to improve your outlook or improve your condition or, get through today the best I can. And then we'll start it all over again tomorrow.
Figure out tomorrow. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So if you have a story like that, because Addie and I, we got the radar on all the time. We're looking for people to bring you on the show. Connected with the guy in Uganda. So hopefully we'll get him on here soon. Yeah, he's got an interesting story. And, so there's no place on the planet that I would reject, if it came from that place. Right. No, we'll tell that story. Heck yeah. So, exactly. If you wouldn't mind helping us out a little bit as you travel through your life and either yourself, if you'd like to tell your story, we'll help you do that. Or if you know somebody, my aunt, my uncle, my friend from high school, whatever it is, if you have a story that you'd like us to share, put them in touch with us and we'll blab it all over the place. There's
we'll talk all about it. Yeah, and
there's telephone, there's telegraph, there's Addie.
Yes, exactly. Tell an Addie. There you go. Yeah, and you can look up our socials. You don't just have to find us through the Walk and Roll Live page. Obviously, I have my own Facebook and the Plot Twist Society and Glam Adaptive Lifestyle. You can ping any of those because I look through all the messages, and Doug does as well. So,
all righty. And if you're looking for any resources or events, check out our website at walkandrolllive.com. And and if you know about some resources that are in your neighborhood, any kind of support group or a adaptive sports thing, whatever it is, let us know and we'll add it there on our website. So thank you for listening. Appreciate it very much. I'm your host, Doug Vincent, and Addie Rich. And next week we've got Dan Palacios, another motorcycle accident. Another good guy that's just got a great attitude. So we'll share him with you next week right here from the Aguiar Professional Training Studio. This has been Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories, Life Limitless.
Walk and roll life.